I think meth has destroyed this community. It's that bad.
Welcome, Homeless Life Stories.
5,191 people. That isn't just a statistic printed in a newspaper. It's 5,191 lives thrown off course. People who became homeless for one simple and heartbreaking reason. They no longer have a place to belong. Do you find that hard to accept? Perhaps because we all know the truth. The distance between an ordinary life and a cold cardboard sheet is just one unlucky step. A medical bill too high to pay, a sudden layoff, a single twist of fate. Between the proud skyscrapers and the sidewalks lined with tents, the chill of indifference now feels colder than any winter night. Comment below. In your opinion, what is the biggest barrier keeping someone from finding their way home? Lack of rent money or lack of understanding from the community? If your heart tells you we must act, like and subscribe to Homeless Life Stories right now. Together, let's open the door into the corners the world tries to ignore and witness their resilience. We begin with the unseen crisis in Philadelphia's streets. 1. The unseen crisis in Philadelphia's streets. Philadelphia is a city of painful contrasts. On one side, its 134 square miles form a symphony of history and ambition. On the other, its streets tell a very different story, of thousands forced to call them home. The homelessness crisis here isn't just persistent, it's worsening. The root cause is an expanding economic divide. Rents in Philadelphia have risen over 15% in the past 5 years, pushing average rent close to $1,850.00. With stagnant wages, the safety net for thousands of families has vanished. A single misfortune, a lingering illness, a cut in work hours, a sudden rent hike, can be enough to push them onto the streets. The term Skid Row may evoke Los Angeles, but Philadelphia has its own hidden corners, carrying the same burden. From struggling Kensington to glittering Center City. Our mission is to end that silence. If you're following these truths, share your thoughts. Empathy is the first step toward restoring dignity to the neighbors our cities have forgotten. Meet Elena, a 42-year-old mother of two from Northeast Philadelphia, once a retail worker. Her story echoes that of countless others. I worked hard, took extra shifts, but when my hours were cut and the rent went up, everything collapsed in a month. My kids and I were evicted. Now we sleep in a park near the Schuylkill River. The hardest part is looking into my children's eyes every morning. We're not lazy. We just ran out of options.
It's made my day, man. Raised experience and made your day. That's all right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Elena's resilience, seen in her daily effort to find food and shelter, reminds us of the strength of the human spirit amid adversity. These are the stories Homeless Life Stories exist to tell. Every life matters, and no one deserves to be forgotten. Two, Kensington, the epicenter of struggle. If Center City is Philadelphia's proud face, Kensington is its beating heart, bruised but still alive. This 2.5 square mile neighborhood, lined with century-old brick row houses, has become the epicenter of the city's homelessness crisis. The hard truth: Kensington accounts for 35% of all unsheltered individuals in Philadelphia, with the number of people sleeping outside rising 23% in just 1 year. Here, addiction and poverty intertwine, creating a double tragedy. Survival becomes a daily negotiation, played out on crowded sidewalks and in rows of makeshift tents. The light of hope struggles to pierce the darkness of overwhelming challenges. Among this chaos, we meet Marcus, a 35-year-old former construction worker. After a severe injury, he lost his job and then his home. Today, Marcus sleeps near the L train tracks, his entire life packed into a worn-out backpack. Despite everything, Marcus keeps a warm smile and speaks lovingly of his young daughter, an aspiring artist. His dignity remains untouched by the dust of the streets. The longing to reunite with his child is the small but fierce fire that keeps him alive. Marcus's story reminds us, circumstance never defines human worth, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline. That love and empathy are not choices, they are duties. Kensington's greatest challenge lies at the intersection of housing insecurity, limited access to mental health care, and the ongoing opioid crisis. So what happens when despair isn't confined to one neighborhood, but seeps beneath the glittering surface of the city's wealthiest areas? Let's uncover the answer in the next part. 3. Center City, hidden in plain sight. Leaving the visible harshness of Kensington, we step into Center City, where homelessness wears an invisible mask. This economic and cultural hub, its glass skyscrapers gleaming with prosperity, hides a painful reality. Despite its shine, unsheltered homelessness in Center City rose 23% last year. The contrast is damning. Wealth has pushed the vulnerable away, but not erased them. Skyrocketing property values, up 20% since 2020, have driven low-income renters from the very neighborhoods they once called home, forcing them to seek shelter beneath the city's monuments of success. Meet Grace, a 50-year-old former librarian we met earlier in this story. She now rests on a park bench near Rittenhouse Square, just steps from luxury boutiques. After losing her apartment to unpaid medical bills, she carries herself with quiet dignity. Grace's story is proof that anyone can fall, a moving testament to a woman who once gave knowledge to her community, now forgotten by it. Homelessness and the opioid epidemic form a tightening knot around Philadelphia's fate. Northern neighborhoods like Kensington have become one of the largest open-air drug markets in the Northeast, where public use and sale happen in plain sight. This collective pain peaked in 2021, when the city recorded 1,276 overdose deaths, the highest in its history. Most linked to fentanyl, a cheap but deadly synthetic opioid. In studies among local users, 72.5% reported heroin or fentanyl use. In witnessing such darkness, we're reminded of a sacred truth. Do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. Compassion isn't just about giving, it's about seeing, accepting, and acting. But when systemic failure becomes undeniable and relief costs continue to climb, what is the true price the city pays for inaction? We explore that in The Ripple Effects of Homelessness. Four, the ripple effects of homelessness. Philadelphia spends millions, even billions, of dollars each year on homelessness services. Yet the cruel irony remains: the cost of not solving homelessness is always higher than the cost of housing people. This is the true cost of neglect. When someone lacks a stable shelter, their needs don't disappear, they simply shift to the most expensive parts of the public system. Currently, Philadelphia provides only 4,938 emergency shelter beds, a fraction of what's needed. This shortfall pushes the financial burden onto emergency responders. Research shows that supporting one chronically homeless person can cost $40,000, 0 cents, $60,000, 0 cents per year in public spending. Nearly 47% of that goes to emergency rooms, psychiatric hospitals, and jails, costly, ineffective last resorts. A single overdose treatment or one night of incarceration costs far more than providing stable housing. But the true toll goes beyond money. The crisis is multiplying. Nearly 29% of the homeless population now consists of families with children. Homelessness traps children in cycles of poverty and trauma, shaping a generation burdened with invisible scars, wounds that no amount of money can easily heal. We're spending irrationally, treating symptoms with temporary fixes instead of healing the roots. So what drives these parents, these citizens, into the abyss to begin with? We've seen the cracks. Now, to find the way out, we must confront the three core forces anchoring this crisis in Philadelphia. Five, root causes: why homelessness persists. We've seen the bleeding wounds of Philadelphia through numbers and human faces. But to heal, we must have the courage to look into the deepest roots, the forces that keep this crisis alive. Three core factors have woven a trap with no escape, stripping thousands of their dignity and hope. Route 1. The housing pain. The first and largest problem lies in the cruel logic of housing economics. In a thriving city, thousands are still desperately searching for something as basic as shelter. Cold data reveal that there are only about 35 affordable housing units for every 100 extremely low-income households that need them. This means 65 families are left facing locked doors, forced into a brutal competition for what remains. This is not a market, it's a battle for survival. When rent prices soar 15%, while base wages stagnate, honest working people are thrown into the streets for one simple reason: they've been priced out of existence. Route 2. The invisible mental health storm. For many living on the streets, darkness doesn't just come from the outside, it comes from within. Nearly 30% of people experiencing homelessness in Philadelphia are estimated to suffer from severe mental illnesses. They are sons, daughters, brothers, and sisters fighting complex conditions such as bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and deep psychological trauma. The tragedy? The public mental health system is overwhelmed and underfunded. Without consistent support, without long-term treatment beds, these individuals are abandoned to battle alone on the sidewalks. They did not choose this life. They were forced into it when the system turned its back at their most vulnerable moment. Route 3, the opioid shadow. The third wound is the deep scar of the opioid crisis, especially in Kensington. About 40% of unhoused individuals struggle with substance dependence. With the widespread, devastating presence of fentanyl, a synthetic opioid both terrifyingly potent and cheap, those already facing depression and despair are easily pulled into its deadly spiral. 72.5% of drug users in Philadelphia report heroin or fentanyl use, a stark reminder of how pervasive this toxin has become. The combination of homelessness and hopelessness has turned fentanyl into a temporary painkiller, but one that destroys both body and soul. It's a heartbreaking choice between the slow death of the spirit and the fast death of the flesh. These three roots, housing injustice, mental health neglect, and addiction, do not operate separately. How would I make they intertwine, tightening around the lives of thousands? But if we already know that the cost of doing nothing is too high, and if we understand these roots clearly, is there a humane, practical way out of this darkness? The answer lies in proven solutions, which we'll explore next. Solutions, a path forward. Six, solutions, a path forward. After facing the darkness and tracing the roots of this crisis, it's time to light the beacon of hope. Philadelphia, a city built on bold ideas, cannot accept defeat. The way forward is not to build more jails or emergency wards, but to embrace a humane, evidence-based solution known as Housing First. Housing First is not an abstract slogan, it's a powerful philosophy of action. It prioritizes providing stable housing without preconditions such as sobriety or employment to end homelessness immediately. It may sound costly, but in truth, it saves money while restoring lives. Studies across the U.S. show that for chronically homeless individuals, those who use the most emergency services, the economic benefits of Housing First often exceed intervention costs, with a benefit-to-cost ratio of 1.8 to 1. In other words, giving someone a stable home and supportive services costs less than letting them cycle through emergency rooms and jail cells. This is not only an act of compassion, it's a fiscally intelligent decision. Philadelphia has now committed to expanding affordable housing, setting a bold goal of 10,000 new units by 2030. It's a strong political statement, but it must be matched with community willpower and sustained public support. Their resilience deserves a second chance. When someone holds a house key, they hold a foundation to rebuild, to fight mental illness, recover from addiction, and find employment. In this spirit of recovery and hope, we are reminded of a powerful promise. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. This hope is more than a prayer, it is a call to action. Investing in Housing First means investing in the dignity and restoration of an entire city. Yet to reach all 5,000 plus people still struggling on Philadelphia's streets, we must harness the greatest tools of our era, technology and innovation. So what breakthroughs are helping transform cold statistics into real addresses, real homes? Let's explore next, technology and innovation.
What's your name? So what's the best thing that does of it?
7. Technology and innovation. Innovation begins with removing barriers to information. Imagine this: a mother searching for shelter for her children on a cold night. Instead of wandering hopelessly, she opens a mobile app that instantly locates available beds in nearby shelters. Philadelphia has already launched such tools, connecting hundreds of people every month with shelters, food centers, and medical services. Technology has transformed despair into something tangible, an address of hope. Technology also tackles one of the hardest challenges: resource management. Advanced data analytics systems now map shelter capacity and model real-time demand, allowing outreach teams to target hot zones like Kensington and Center City with remarkable precision. Social workers use GPS tracking and live databases to record individual service histories, ensuring people receive personalized care rather than one-size-fits-all solutions. But perhaps the most powerful breakthrough lies in restoring dignity through work. Think of people like Marcus and Elena, hard-working individuals who simply need a second chance. Digital training programs are becoming the bridge to that opportunity. Several Philadelphia-based nonprofits have launched coding and computer skills classes directly inside shelters. Imagine someone who has just left the streets now learning to design a website or manage data. With a success rate of over 65%, these initiatives are helping participants find stable jobs in the city's growing tech sector. This isn't temporary charity, it's innovation that builds a future. In a world often marked by injustice, technology reminds us of the strength of human intelligence guided by compassion. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Technology is the seed, and the resilience of these people is the fertile soil. Yet no matter how advanced technology becomes, it can never replace the most vital force of all, human connection. So how has the local community risen to heal these social wounds, bringing warmth and compassion back to Philadelphia's coldest corners? Let's explore the power of community compassion. Eight, the power of community compassion. Philadelphia has always been a city built on resilience, and that spirit shines through its wave of grassroots compassion. From small neighborhood groups in Fairmount to churches in South Philadelphia, countless initiatives have bloomed like flowers in the desert, proving that empathy is the one resource that never runs dry. Community outreach isn't just about handing out food, it's about building bridges to dignity. Picture a mobile library visiting shelters, bringing not only books, but also job situation guides. Or community kitchens where thousands of meals are served each week, creating a space where people sit together, not as recipients of charity, but as neighbors deserving of respect. In 2024 alone, volunteer participation rose by 18%, with 12,000 residents joining outreach and support programs. This surge is proof that when governments fall short, the heart of the people speaks louder. Every donated coat, every warm meal carries a powerful message. You are not alone. These efforts help thousands reconnect with society, a vital first step toward emotional and psychological recovery. They restore what homelessness has stolen most cruelly: trust. This compassion embodies a sacred teaching on love. Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. True love must be lived, not spoken. Local organizations like Project Home and the Sunday Breakfast Mission stand as living proof that when communities unite, they can weave a safety net stronger than any government policy. So, if compassion is the engine and technology the tool, what is the role of you, the viewer, in this fight? We cannot just be spectators. We must be part of the solution. How can you turn empathy into meaningful action right here in Philadelphia or in your own community? Let's explore that next in What You Can Do. What you can do. We've seen the truth about Philadelphia. More than 5,000 lives caught in economic despair, left behind by a system that forgot them. But this story isn't meant to be watched. It's meant to inspire action. Homeless Life Stories invites you, the viewer, to be part of the solution, to turn the compassion in your heart into concrete change. You have two hands, one to help yourself and one to help others. Now is the time to use the second. 1. Support the beacons of hope. Start by uplifting the organizations already lighting the way. Groups like Project Home and the Sunday Breakfast Mission provide shelter for over 4,200 people each night. But more importantly, they offer a path to recovery. Every dollar you donate keeps proven programs like Housing First alive, helping someone move from a cold sidewalk to a safe, stable home. You're not just giving money, you're investing in human dignity. Choose to support organizations that address root causes, not just temporary relief. 2. Join the network of compassion. No technology can replace human connection. Join local outreach teams. You don't need to be an expert, only someone with open ears and an open heart. Spend an afternoon serving meals, distributing warm clothes in Kensington, or simply sitting and talking to someone who needs to be seen. These actions rebuild the most fragile bridge of all: trust. 3. Advocate for core solutions. Use your voice. Write letters, send emails, or attend town meetings to demand more affordable housing and greater investment in Housing First and mental health care. If you're outraged by how much we spend on emergency fixes, speak up for smarter, compassionate reform. Advocacy means transforming righteous anger into sustainable solutions. Remember, change begins when ordinary people refuse to accept the unacceptable. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Defend the rights of all who are destitute. We've journeyed through Philadelphia's darkest corners and seen both resilience and renewal. So after everything we've witnessed, what is the final message we want to leave with the world? Let's close this journey with a conclusion. Conclusion. Together, we've walked through an emotional journey across Philadelphia, from the shock of 5,191 forgotten lives, through the harsh streets of Kensington to the painful contrasts of Center City. We've seen the bleeding wounds of housing injustice, mental health crises, and the shadow of addiction. But more importantly, we've witnessed the unyielding resilience of people like Elena and Marcus, and the healing power of community through compassion, technology, and housing first. The final truth is this: the cost of leaving someone on the streets is always higher than the cost of giving them a home. Investing in human dignity isn't just the moral choice, it's the smartest economic and social one. We are all neighbors. When one person loses their dignity, the entire city suffers. We cannot accept this as normal. Now is the time to transform empathy into political will, to use both hands to rebuild what has been lost. Remember the question from the beginning? What's the biggest barrier keeping people from coming home? Now you know the answer and you know the path forward. Continue supporting homeless life stories. Share this story and help us spread awareness and action. And as the city lights begin to glow, may we turn our hearts toward the streets below, sending out a collective prayer. May every heart in Philadelphia be touched with compassion. May those sleeping on the sidewalks soon find a key, a door, a safe place to begin again. May those battling the shadows of mental illness and addiction find healing and steadfast support. May our leaders have the wisdom and courage to pursue the most humane solutions. And may the city of brotherly love truly live up to its name, a city where no one is forgotten in the dark. Amen.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want the I love this one too. Maybe someone need you happy. Thank you. Say this. Okay. Good, good. So you want some cake? So be careful.
Food? Anyone? Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.